And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Grade A Fantasy. Another successful night. Let's keep it going. Quick recap of last night. Today's a big slate. So I was taking notes, and I actually kind of changed up my notes of what I wanted to talk about. Like, I originally had like Buffalo, Calgary on this, Washington, Seattle. I literally crossed those off my notes. I added one game in place of those two. And then there's one game I just wanted to talk about notes that I took off or whatever. But then I looked and I was like, one is not too intriguing, and then like it's an important stat just in case people want to chase a little hot streak. But let's get right back into it. The Lundell point, and I accidentally put it in twice, but hey, that's a double win right there. Kempe got a late goal, but Kopitar didn't go. Verhaeghe didn't get anything, so obviously the Lundell Verhaeghe point didn't go. Toronto pooped it out, but Columbus won. The combo there worked out. Cole Sillinger got ruled out, so that just turned into a one-pick Kent Johnson. Like I said, McMahon got shut out. Fantilli and Voronkov, like I said, the entire line one combo went. And then the two power plays that I mainly was happy about because they had a ton of value. Dougie Hamilton plus 370. Stefan Noesen started off the night, and then it just went good from there. So let's get right back into it. We're going to start off with a team that we literally just finished talking about. We are going to go talk about those Columbus Blue Jackets. Real quick, it's a fade for me after I initially thought like I could actually get something out of this game. But one, Columbus is going into Carolina. This is a good game because I was like, you can literally get a good sample size because this is their fourth meeting in 2 months. So all the games have been decently spread out, just not too far spread out. But when you look at the road home sweats between matchups between these two teams, what's crazy about it is literally when the game is in Columbus, you're going to get a game that's high scoring because obviously your top line is going to be able to get away from the stall matchup. When it went to the Hurricanes, it was 1, and as usual, when the stall line, aka Carolina 3, whether it's him, Martinook, Jarvis, Stahl, Carrier, Jarvis, Stahl, Carrier, Martinook, the line 1 of the opposing team is not going to do much, and that's where most of the value is. Plus, the only person that you might think about taking in this game for a point might be Cole Sillinger. I mean, not Cole Sillinger. Excuse me. I mean, he probably could get added later. Maybe you could get a Kent Johnson goal and you could take him solo. But when you look at the points, point props aren't that great. I'm fading pretty much everything from Carolina 1. The last 4 home games, Carolina has only let up 1 goal, maybe 2 to the top line. And when I looked at these goals, this is exactly how it happened. You had a couple of top liners that got a shorthand goal and a power play goal. 5-on-5 and power play, they're not doing it. Plus, Carolina's, regardless of how bad defensively they've been, and they've had to outscore people, and how shaky the goaltending has been, Carolina still has an elite penalty kill. They're up around the 84-85% kill rate still. So that's just a little warning. I'm fading pretty much this game. The value's not too great. I just wanted to show you. Power play wise, you can get power plays against. Power play wise, you can get against, Carolina. Nobody's 100% penalty kill, so power play points are pretty decent. But like I said, other than that, I would not really touch anything. Even Aho's down at 175. Shane Gostisbehere 240 is nice. Nature's Svestikov, but nobody even above 300. You can take it if you want, but I'm not really interested. So like I said, that game is a fade, but Columbus 1 is definitely a fade. Like I said, they are not letting anything from the top line generate. Plus, most of the people that's line 3 and taking Cole Sillinger's place are not really on the board for any points. So we're just going to go right into what I like today. First off, once again, we're going to attack once again. The number 1 penalized team, and they're on the back-to-back. Only thing that might make you a hiccup and not take this game is because this is a back-to-back, but they're playing their second one back at home. They just played last night and got killed by Jersey, but they were in Jersey, so it's not a bad and not a far trip. So the one thing I do like about this game does present a lot of offense and both power play opportunities. They first played in November to a 3-2 win with the Senators here. So they're playing that rematch here. Still in that game, when I'm looking back in these two meetings, especially the last blow-up meeting, 6-5, in both games, at least a power play goal scored by each team in these last meetings. So power play is active and available. But with the Josh Norris injury, I absolutely love this this combination of Ottawa line 2. The Sens have a fully correlated power play goal. Plus, you finally get a guy, just like how I always ask for Verhaeghe, just stay on the top power play, just from Giroux's on the power play. And I'm glad Giroux's there because he's just a great playmaker. So with Claude Giroux up there, you literally have the entire line 2. You basically have two important parts of that power play there. Plus Shane Pinto, 5-on-5. I actually like his prop there. So for points, let's go straight to the points. Playing the middle, not Stutzler. I mean, you could take Stutzler because Stutzler's still on the top line. He has Batherson on his side. But I'm focusing on line 2 mainly. So when we show all the points, you got to start off with Pinto because Pinto is in the middle of both of them and is plus money. Claude Giroux's basically even money. So Shane Pinto and Giroux, when you put them together, it is 208. That actually dropped a little bit when I took my notes. I'm looking at my notes now. It's plus 214, so that dropped a bit. If you take the two guys correlated on the power play, Brady and Giroux, that's plus 155. Yes, that also dropped, so I got to get on these real quick. I haven't taken these as of yet. And obviously Giroux, and then like I said, if you take Giroux, who's basically even money with Pinto, that's 208. So those combinations there are good. I actually do like taking. It's weird. I'm actually excluding Pastrnak because he's all the way damn near kissing 3. Well, he was minus 290. Now he's minus 280. So like I said, the odds are changing. They're still, but these guys have been playing well. And it's a semi-decent power play. It's a semi-decent power play matchup for Boston as well. Ottawa doesn't have the best penalty kill, 77%, and they're right there tied with 10th for the Rangers. So if you're not, but the guys that I really like on the power play are two that I wish that were both on the power play, but I like them 5-on-5. I actually like Geeky and Zacha without Pastrnak. That's plus 235. So I'm thinking about taking that as well. And then when we get to the power play, because this obviously we have to attack the power play. Boston has given up and the last time these two teams played, Boston gave up 6 penalties. So definitely gotta attack that. So when it comes to the power play points, after Pastrnak, I think everything goes from decent to really, really good and juicy. We got Pastrnak at plus 185. He can still hit that. But when you have the new combination of Stutzler, Tkachuk, Giroux, Batherson, and Jake Sanderson, like I said, no crazy odds, but you still have odds that if everything hits in a correlation. So Jake Sanderson being a power play quarterback, you can swing it off to Tkachuk, Batherson, Stutzler. There's tons of opportunity there, But the one opportunity you have to take is Giroux being on that top line, the playmaker that he is, plus 470 for Claude Giroux. So that is definitely my favorite part there. When you look at the Boston side, though, it's very rare that I go opposite sides on the power play. But when it comes to the power play side, like you said, after Pastrnak, who's minus 185, I mean, you just might as well take it because it could happen. Like I said, Mason L'Oreal plus 500. He's still the power play quarterback there. He's normally there and on key. But when he's not there, you gotta like Zacha and Lindholm. Zacha plus 420, Lindholm plus 400. I absolutely love those props for these guys as well. So those are all options that you can go. But definitely love the Giroux one now that he's moved up there. As we close this out, let's go to the next game. Next game that I like, and I think this is the one game that I actually had already selected. Yes, this is probably my favorite game because I already got most of what I like here. We'll get to the Pittsburgh and my shot funnel later. Each one of these games has totally gone over. This is a great matchup. It's a fun matchup. It's a fun fantasy matchup. It's a fun betting matchup. Vegas at St. Louis. The first game, these games not too far from each other either. Well, yes, pretty far. So the first game was pretty much, I think, the second or third day of the season. Golden Knights 4-3. If there's one thing that's normally in this game, there's always power plays. This is another one. Power plays are shared between both teams. In the second matchup, which was just last week, about 3-4 days ago, we had the Blues at the Golden Knights, and the Blues took that game 5-4. And once again, power play goals shared. So we're going to keep with the theme here. And the only news that's of importance is because little things that you need to understand. Jordan Bennington and Aiden Hill were the goalies for both of those games before. The 4-3 and the 5-4. Both games obviously going over. Because your typical hockey over under 6.5. When I was finishing up my notes and I was getting ready to do this show, it was just confirmed a little while ago, maybe about an hour ago from when I did this. The backup Joe Hofer will be at net tonight. So this will be his first time seeing Vegas. Now, Joe Hofer is not bad. This is not as juicy as opportunity as, the Hill-to-be matchup with Columbus last night. Joe Hofer is pretty good. He has a 10-4 record, 274 goals against, and he's right there at 90 save percentage. And then when I look at the games that he wins, he doesn't have a shutout. He has a couple of games where he only allowed 1 point. Other than that, he has wins where he is at least given up 2 or 3. And then obviously when he loses, he's given up 2, 3, and he's been blown up a couple of times. So, like I said, I still like the opportunity there. I don't know who the confirmed goalie for Vegas is as of yet, but as of right now, we're gonna continue going with our favorite line. However they want to line it up as line 1, line 2. It's line 1 in warm-ups. Shen, Holloway, Kyrou. I think if I'm not mistaken, Shen and Holloway are both plus money. I'm going to have to look at this game real quick. If I'm not mistaken, this is the 8 o'clock, so this is the game in the middle. Both Shen and Kyrou. I have 8 bets here for this game so far. If I'm not mistaken, the reason why I think I took, Kyrou's minus 125. So the point props are really good, especially on the St. Louis side. Yes. Shannon Holloway, Shannon Holloway. Plus 108, plus 100. That's dropped now. They're both viable to, take on their own, of course. And then, of course, when we go back, the other hotline that I like on this side, when we continue this way, is the Pavel Dorfer Tomas Hertl combo. Plus 147 for them. And then, like I said, both teams don't have a good penalty kill. Neither team is the same like Minnesota. We've attacked Minnesota before on the power play. Now, obviously, my number one rule is to attack where you're going to get a lot of opportunities. But these are teams that are if I'm not mistaken, these are teams that when it comes to penalty kill, they're normally in the bottom 10, maybe in the bottom 5. St. Louis is 23rd, Vegas is next to last. But the penalty kills, when they give it up, 73.5 penalty kill for St. Louis, 77 for Vegas. So, to me, the power play is very viable. Obviously, I took all the people with the best odds and who have been hot. So, plus 600 for Shane, for Braden Shen, plus 330 for Tomas Hertl, Kyrou plus 400, Pavel Dorfer 420, Justin Falk, the quarterback, is 600. As we continue, like I said, I already had my shares about the Ottawa-Boston game. Like I said, I do like both sides and the opportunities there. We can go down the pit. I still don't know, honestly, what I want to do with Nashville. The prices, even though the prices were better, it's still the same thing where taking these guys for 2 points, taking the Nashville players for 2 points are better than the power play. As you can see here, plus 142, but then it automatically jumps to 255, 260, 320 for Steven Stamkos. He's the one that didn't get it last time. And then, as you can see, is if we swap over here to the actual points and assist props, when you look at the power plays, look, you basically have 3 of them under 200, 3 of them under plus 170, and then it goes to Stamkos for 230 for the 2-point props. So, if there's anything power play wise, once again, I did say Nashville is a team that's trending up with the penalties. And like I said, this is a home and home rematch. They did give up a couple of power plays to San Jose just now. Still with an 82.6 penalty kill, but like I said, they're still in the top 10. So the power play opportunity is there. If I'm not mistaken, I think San Jose did have their morning skate, or not yet. Nothing as of yet. But right now, the power play is Granlund, Zetterlund, Eklund, Celebrini, Wenberg. There is talk about Zetterlund not being on that top play, so be careful with that. But once again, Celebrini, Eklund, definitely one of my favorite combos that have been playing well. So point-wise, I guess you could take that because it's definitely more value with such a big underdog. Celebrini and Eklund right now are plus 140, so you can take that as well. I just don't know what I'm going to do in Nashville. That's going to be one of those, like I said, I might just take the 2-point props because, like I said, it just works out better, single them, combo them, and just see how it goes. Because, like I said, the price for their points is, I mean, it gets better after Forsberg is minus 350. I mean, Marchessault and Stamkos together, I think, barely get you over even money. Yes, plus 111 and things like that. I don't think I looked to see if they confirmed morning skate as of yet. No, they still don't have it, but like I said, it's a home and home, and obviously with what they did, I'm not gonna blame them for I'm definitely not gonna blame them for like not changing lines. For the assists, you could think Stamkos or whatever. Yoshi's minus 125. Stamkos playing the middle line is it's plus 150. That's crazy because that's about the same price it is for a Phillips Forsberg power play point. So that's why I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with Nashville yet. And then of course, man of the hour today, it's Mr. Karlsson. Mr. Karlsson for a point. Where can I find you? You should be around here somewhere. Why can't I? Oh, there you go. Erik Karlsson right there in the middle. Minus 104 for a point. We all know how defensemen always generate against Anaheim. So Karlsson for an assist is minus 136. Here's the reason why, even though Anaheim is a good power play spot, if they add a particular person, I'll start jumping on some power plays. Because after Crosby, Rickard Rakell, Erik Karlsson, and Brian Rust are all 330 and better, up to Rust 400. Pittsburgh also gives up penalties, but you know, we're going to focus more on attacking Anaheim. The thing with this, you're looking at, we're normally worried about the power play. We're attacking the number 2 and 3 team that give up the most shots in the league. So shots on goal props are viable, but the thing, what I'm worried about here is I want to see if they add Grzelcyk to the power play. You see, Grzelcyk is the one that Pittsburgh has their morning skate, so they're confirmed. Their morning skate was confirmed earlier this morning. And when it comes to the power play, Erik Karlsson is stuck on power play 2. Now, power play 2 in the last few games has had a couple of power play scores. They've had, but that's the worst power play because that's one of the few power plays that are still doing 2 D-men with Letang and Karlsson, and they're playing with Tomasimo, Malkin, and Kevin Hayes. And Kevin Hayes is somebody who's actually scored a couple of these. The better power play is actually the top line. Obviously, you got Rickard, Rakell, Rust, Crosby, and Michael Bunting. Grzelcyk is the one that's QBing that power play, and that's the power play that I want a piece of. If Grzelcyk is not here and doesn't get added to the power play props, because he's the one that's on the top, they have Karlsson, but Karlsson has great odds. Could he still get the power play point? Yes, but it's more efficient that I like that he gets on power play 1. So if Grzelcyk doesn't appear, just a heads up, I think it's smart to make sure you at least get on a Grzelcyk point. Grzelcyk for a point, if I'm not mistaken. Wait a minute, he was up here. He was up here. Karlsson, Letang is here, but Grzelcyk was here too. Let me see if they got him in the assist props. They probably took him down. In the assist props, he should be here. Nope. And even on the assist, yeah, they still got Letang. Nah. Well, okay, so we get rid of that idea. So we're just going to stick with the ladder. It's Eric Karlsson. I'm doing a small ladder. We'll go to my bets. It's the first bets that I did once it got put up there. I'm going for the double win, so 2.5 and 3 is pretty much the same thing, plus 120, and then plus 310 for 4 for Eric Karlsson. Once again, it's still up in the air what I do with Jersey. Right now, I'm still favoring the 2-point combos, but you got my ideas of what I want to do with Ottawa. Actually, both sides of the game, Ottawa and Boston. Like I said, there are combos viable. Like I said, Geeky and Zaka, all good props. A lot of odds are changing, so I need to start getting this stuff in. But yes, that is the episode today. Let's continue the success. Hopefully Vegas and Seattle start off some ruckus. Once again, if you're trailing these, then you have something to sweat at 7 o'clock. And then it goes on to 8 o'clock. And then there's a bunch of options, to be honest. I mean, even the Utah-Minnesota game is juicy, whatever, with the power play opportunities there. But I'm really focusing on Pitt, Anaheim. I really don't know what to do with Nashville, San Jose yet. I gave you my recommendations so you can take it. And as usual, if there's one more parting gift, like I said, with the big slates, you're at least going to get a 20-minute video. With the big slates, I think if there's one more parting gift I can give, you got one team who has a horrible penalty kill and doesn't give up too much, but under 70% is Detroit's penalty kill. Then you have Montreal, who actually has a decent penalty kill, but they're 4th in the league in penalty minutes. If we look over here, I think I looked earlier, and the points and the power play points weren't too bad. Yes, Lucas Raymond and Dylan Larkin, but the Brinkcat and Kane are still good at 162. I don't see Patrick Kane, and I wonder why. Let me check his. Kane out. Yes, he is. Kane is not here. So that's a very weird-looking power play. So Tarasenko gets up on the power play. So you got Dylan Larkin, the Brinkcat, Lucas Raymond, and Maurice Cedar. And then taking Kane's place on line 2 is, they moved up Tarasenko. So Tarasenko's an interesting option at plus 124. And then if you want to take advantage of Tarasenko now on power play 1, plus 200. That Detroit power play has been humming lately, so they wasn't going to let that rock. I thought he was going to get somebody on a late edition or whatever, but nope. Hell no. That's one of the hottest power plays in the league right now, so nope. I mean, it's interesting to pick a couple of people, but like I said, they will have to correlate to make it all look good, and you can't stack power plays. So obviously, if they get the opportunity, then we're looking at the Montreal side. Power play. Last bit of advice before I get off this show. Definitely one of the longer episodes, but hey, it's worth it. I mean, they're all pretty good odds. Not great odds, only Slavkovsky, but because of the position he plays, he's not really part of the power play correlation like that. So you got Line, Caulfield, Suzuki, Hudson. It's the 2 hottest power plays, so they're not the greatest prices, but I think when it comes to points, you could definitely find something. Like I said, I think Suzuki and Caulfield, plus 113, that's okay. Patrick Line, 115. And then, of course, you got Lane Hudson, who's a great playmaker. I think of Lane Hudson at least plus 100, so he doubles your money if he gets an assist. But there you go. So that's the end of the episode. Good luck today. Like I said, do your due diligence with the Nashville, San Jose prices. I need to start jumping on these prices before somebody start changing even more. This is Grade A Fantasy with another episode of Grade A Power Plays. Good luck tonight. Signing off.